Hey guys, welcome to Football Manager 2018. This is the start of the Journeyman. It all started so well at Blyth Spartans, the first job in the Journeyman. I'm thinking ahead here and think we could have the achievement of coming back from 2 goals down to win. Here's Reed now, Rutherford on the ball, Greg Rutherford himself. Here's Horner. That's forward to Dale, our other substitution to Rutherford. Oh! Yes! What a goal that is from Greg Rutherford. And we're 3-2 up. I cannot believe that. That's incredible. The 2 substitutes linking up there. Horner with the initial delivery and Rutherford sticks it in the back of the net. And it is 3-2 here. And it's maybe time to go defensive before it all started going wrong. Well, what can I say? It's all going wrong. And I think sooner rather than later we could be looking for another job. Never mind 3 seasons at a club, we might not last 3 months. Things have been going quite badly since the last episode, and we're on the cusp of the relegation zone, but 2 good victories today could turn our season around. Also, before I get into it, how do you feel about this new intro? Okay. The intro wasn't perfect the first time I did it, but I think it's evolved and I think it's one of the best things I've ever done for the channel. Good one, Past Joe. Really happy with that. Hey up. Before we do that, I think we're going to have to do this. The board wish to hold a meeting with you regarding your position at the club. Your performance hasn't been good enough and your position is under serious threat. Failure to attend the meeting. Oh... It's so gutting because in that match we had it. We had it in the bag. We were 2-0 up. We've lost 4 of the last 5 matches now, and this good progress period there, it's just been turned on its head, and we've got some tough matches coming up, most definitely. Attend the meeting. We are not happy with your current performance and are considering your position at the club. We would like to know why you think the team have performed so badly. Had a difficult run of games recently. We feel the fixtures weren't that hard and you have picked up better results. Tell me what I need. We will give you some 7 points in the next 5 games. Well, our first sacking could be on the cards. We're going to get 7 points in 5 games and hopefully we can get 3 of them against FC United of Manchester. Oh dear. Into the middle and Thompson. Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, it's a penalty and I don't know what it was for. How annoying. Come on, old MacDonald, save us one last time here, please. Wheatley against Old MacDonald and it's 1-0. Oh, now to Davenport, that's forward to Gilles. Chance for them. (2-0). I think this is it. Davenport to Gilles. And I think once we click this button, we're going to be out of a job, everybody. Oh. I think that's it. Football Manager being very, very slow. It's prolonging the agony. And the hope that maybe they will just hang on to our services a little bit longer. But I don't think... There we go. Available jobs came up. And there it is. Wow. You've got a good right to say wow, Joe, and you've got a good right to laugh as well. After 6 months and our first job in FM18, we were sacked by Blyth Spartans. Would anybody be silly enough to give me another chance? Let's find out. Right guys, I think we might have a job. We did get approached by Wealdstone, but I did delay for a couple of weeks, and then Curzon Ashton job came available. Well, I mean, I've walked into a good job here, I think, if if we can keep them up. We're going to have 10 games, and we're going to be playing our old club Blyth in a sort of battle to stay up. It's going to be a tough one, but 10 games to save our career, really. £450 a week, that's more than we were earning at Blyth. Curzon Ashton is actually on the drive to the missus's. It's just outside Manchester. So Curzon Ashton is a perfect job for me. I can go and live at the missus' place, and yeah, well, I can bring in 450 quid a week. And we can endeavour to maintain a positive. Oh dear, that's tough. The agreed promises, but we'll try our very, very, very best to stay there. So we were given a lifeline by Curzon Ashton, and they were silly enough to give us another opportunity. Can we keep them up and perform the Great Escape? So we have 4 teams separated by 4 points going into the final 2 games of the season. We're currently bottom of those 4 teams, but it is very, very close down there. And the only thing that will guarantee survival is hopefully 2 victories and the other teams to slip up. Goodness me, it's going to be tough, and it's going to be an intense episode. If we get relegated today, the Curzon Ashton stuff is over, because there's no lower leagues, and I think you're forced into resignation. So that is not an option. We simply have to go and win those 2 games, and the rest is in the hands of the opposition. Oh no, we've continued without the team talk. Never mind, Spennymoor in 17th. They're a better team than us points wise, so they're 1-0 up. Oh, I thought we'd made the save there, and it's 1-0 after 3 minutes. Guest on the ball, come on. Into the middle, and it's Leonard, and it's 1-1. Come on, Max Leonard makes it 1-1 after 7 minutes, and we're back in it now. Blyth Spartans have equalised in their game as well, so that's interesting for the league. But Joe, guess what a beautiful cross that was. Max Leonard with the header, 1-1 after 7 minutes. We're back in it, back to a clean slate. Come on, boys, we've got to do this. Come on. It looks like a Spennymoor attack here. Shantler, good tackle by Hunt. Shantler again though, and again into the middle, and McJanet puts it into the back of the net. Oh, it's 2-1, if not 2 goals really to try and survive this. I don't know what's quite happening here. Looks like it's maybe glitched out a little bit. I don't really know what we can do. But it's definitely glitched out. I mean, can we do that maybe? Well guys, I'm really, really sorry, but we're going to have to restart the match. I had to come out of it. I tried everything to get it working. It was just stuck on that screen. And we've had to reload the game, which is annoying, very, very annoying. But to keep it as fair as possible, I'll stick with the same team and we'll go straight out there. Hopefully you guys won't mind, but there was actually nothing I could do. I'm really hoping we don't go down within 2 minutes like we did the first time. He has right to Leonard. Leonard forward to Mackenzie. This is a chance, and he puts it in. Tyrrell Mackenzie after 2 minutes puts us 1-0 up. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. Oh, goodness me. It was a good interception from right forward to Leonard, and a beautiful little ball through to Mackenzie, who shot and scored, and it's 1-0, and we've already had a difference in the result. And hopefully we can go on and win this now. Here's Mackenzie. Come on. Mackenzie forward to Guest. Mackenzie again though. Mackenzie on the ball. Tyrrell Mackenzie to Leonard. It's 2-0. It's 2-0 after 3 minutes. What has happened here? What has happened? How has this happened? Oh, what a lovely ball from Mackenzie though. And 2-0, but we're not getting too carried away just yet. Oh, I was only joking when I said maybe we can turn it round and win 3-0, but that's looking the most likely thing at the moment. But first 15 minutes gone. After a crazy opening couple of minutes, not much has happened. Mackenzie into the middle again though, and it's right, and it's 3-0. Oh! Here's Chris Evans. We'll relax just for a minute. Here's Parker. Now Adekunda. That's forward to Tulloch. Now to Knowles. Can we get a tackle in? We need to get a tackle in because this is looking like a goal. Oh, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but we've come this far and did all the hard work against Spennymoor, and for us to throw it away here would be awful, and that's exactly what we've done. It's all over, everybody. I blame the fact that we're in 3D. If we go back to 2D, I thoroughly believe that we're going to get back into this. Come on. Neaton have beaten Blyth. Here's Hamilton. Hamilton on the ball. Can he finish? He can. Carl Hamilton with his first touch of the football gets us back into it. If we draw, we stay up. Mitchell with a beautiful delivery, substitute to substitute, and what a finish from what's his name, Carl Hamilton. And it's 2-1 now. Bianga into the middle. It's Hunt. It's off the ball. It's in. It's in. Jamie Stott has scored. Jamie Stott has put it into the back of the net. It's 2-2 here. We'll watch the replay. Bianga, Hunt hit the bar, and then it went in. Stott with the goal there. I cannot believe that we've done that. We are back in the game. We're going to go contain, highly structured. Goodness me, I have to change all this back. 30 seconds to hang on. Surely it's not going to happen here. That's wide. Surely that's it. Surely we've done it here. We have. Full time. Yes. Oh. My goodness me. We have escaped relegation by the skin of our teeth. Wow. Goodness me. Drama of the highest level. And it's obviously just been fate, hasn't it? It's just been fate for us to stay up this season, and hopefully we can make something really work with Curzon Ashton. I'm going to message them on Twitter. If any of you guys want to tweet them as well and tell them that I'm in charge of them, and we've just performed the miracle escape of all miracles. Speaking of which, Blyth Spartans, what happened in that game? Christian Horner scored a 95th minute penalty to keep them up. Oh my god, can you imagine if Brackley Town had drawn their game and we'd went down and I've just done all of that. We actually finished 19th, Blyth finishing 18th, our former club. Christian Horner with a 95th minute penalty. That is absolutely crazy. It certainly was crazy, and certainly can be seen as one of the defining moments of this year's Journeyman. How on earth did we pull ourselves out of that? And Blyth Spartans, how did they pull out of it? That was unbelievable, and is one of the most memorable moments in this year's Journeyman, which is why it's got a bit of a longer section. And, you know, the next year at Curzon Ashton was a bit steady, to say the least. Let's see what happens next. Phil Mitchell, step up to the plate. You have become the new hero of Curzon Ashton. Sam Walker on the ball forward to Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton to Dolan now. Dolan, get it back, he can. Topless. Bianga, now to Walker. Walker on the ball forward to Phil Mitchell. Chanson puts it in the back of the net. Phil Mitchell. I told you he was a hero. He's put us 2-0 up here, and that surely sees us a little bit more secure in this game. On 14 points, firmly in the top half at as it stands, although we have got quite a few of their teams to, the other teams to play, well, an interesting thing has just popped up. Update on United Kingdom leaving the European Union, with the UK preparing to leave the EU. Teams throughout the country are gearing up for potential rule changes that will come into effect on the 25th of the 6th. So this will be the last year of the UK in the EU. I don't know what's going to happen. Are we going to have a hard Brexit? Are we going to have a soft Brexit? It all seems to work around work permit stuff. Formal details are yet to be confirmed, but reports suggest there will be a new foreign player limit on squads instead of the current work permit system. That would be interesting, to say the least. It certainly changes everybody's game. I think it's a fantastic addition. A lot of people have been a bit sort of on the fence about it, saying why should FM get involved in politics, but I think it throws in a big variable that can change your game, and I'm certainly looking forward to seeing what happens. But huge things have happened. Boston United have offered us an interview, which, you know, I wasn't looking for another job at all, but this gives us an opportunity. So after the arrival of new heroes to the series and a steady time at Curzon Ashton where we stabilised the club, we were then offered a job by Boston United, and after consulting with the votes that all of you guys naturally took part in, we went with Boston as the next part of our journey. Maybe a bit of a sideways step, but what was to come next defined the series. So after the heroics of last episode, we start today's episode in the driving seat. We've got 2 games to go with 2 points clear at the top, and all we have to do is win both games and we'll be a Vanarama National League team. It's really that simple. You can guarantee it's not going to turn out that way. We've got 6 seconds, just boot it. Davies, it's full time. Oh, we've won! We've won! Look at that! We've got the trophy and we're waving it about in the air. Oh, for goodness sake. That was too close to call. But we've done it by the back door. Well guys, what I neglected to tell you in the preview of today's episode was that I have applied for 2 jobs in the Football League. One of them a bit more ambitious than the other. If we have a look at the job centre, then Burton Albion is the one that's ambitious. They're in League One at the moment. That's a huge job. That would be brilliant if we got that. And I am going to actually leave it as a cliffhanger. Who will we join in the next episode? You'll have to find out tomorrow. Well, I know you all think I'm absolutely rotten for doing that cliffhanger yesterday, and you're still not going to find out for just a little bit. I'm getting in the Christmas spirit wearing a jumper out. It was absolutely freezing up here today. I guess there's only one thing to do. Let's roll the titles and find out who did we choose. That's right guys, we chose Burton Albion despite an approach from Southend United at the time as well. We chose Burton Albion, who were up in League One at the time. What a step up, and surely the best decision we could make. Well guys, this is it, D-Day. At the start of our journey with Burton, we thought we'd lucked out massively. We'd got the bigger job in League One. We had such a decent start there, and we were looking at mid-table, maybe even a late push at the playoffs, but unless we have a great escape today, it's all going to go wrong. We're probably going to be out of a job. Don't you wish I stayed at Boston? We need 3 goals very late on here. It's not going to happen. We have our first relegation of the Journeyman, everybody. That's right, we had our first relegation with Burton. It all went wrong despite the goals of Ched Evans towards the end of that season, and we were down in League Two, the first time we'd ever played there. Could things improve, or would we look for pastures new? Well guys, it's Cup Day, FA Cup and Checkatrade Trophy nonsense cup if you like, but it might also be our last episode in charge of Burton Albion. Right guys, we've had a bit of a disaster. In between matches we had a crash, so yeah, I had to reload from my last save, which was before the Barrow game, so that just shows you how much we've lost. So I guess what we have to do, and what I'm going to do, is holiday all the matches up till the Sheffield Wednesday game and just accept the results. I don't really see any other way I can do it. It probably means that we're not going to get any sort of Charlton job now, which is a bit of a shame because I did fancy the job, but hopefully the assistant manager can do better than us and will mysteriously be top of the league or something. But we did apply for the Fleetwood job, and we had an interview, and we've been offered it. Fleetwood Town up in League One. They've just been relegated from the Championship, but look at the contract that they're offering. I think we need to take this out of it this time. I'd see if we can get a bit more money out of them. There you go. 1.4k. Can we get a smidge more? No. Well, 2-year contract, 1.4k. I think we're going to Fleetwood, guys. They've got a decent transfer budget, a decent wage budget. They've just come down from the Championship, so they've got to have an okay squad. Looking at it, it looks alright. They've got the likes of Matty Cash in there, who I recognise. I think I recognise this Freeman guy as well. And Paul Glatzel. Now, I promise you guys, I actually did know Glatzel's name all along, and yeah, more on him later. But this was perhaps the defining moment of the series. I said it before with The Great Escape, that was one of the defining moments. But this was our big opportunity, another lifeline in League One. Would we be able to turn around what we've done at Burton? Could we even get promotion with Fleetwood Town? Surely not. And I tell you what, I think we finally clicked with the team. We've got off to such a good start. 100% record. Well guys, form has been brilliant. I didn't know what I was going to say there. Not only are we in the automatic promotion places, we are top of the league. Top of the league, and I can tell you what, it was because of one man only. I mean, Matt Godden did a good job as well, but we all know that was because of the one and only, the making of the career of Paul Glatzel. Ball, it's Godden, now to Wood. Wood into the middle, and it's Glatzel who puts it into the back of the net. By Masterson though, Masterson to Burns. Can he get forward? Here's Glatzel. Glatzel on the ball, and he puts it in, and it's 3-0. 3-0. I'm going to break something that I said I would never do on video again, and I'm going to drink out of the mug. It's not the mug, it's actually drinking on camera that I said I wouldn't do after getting that rude comment saying I would be one of the best FM YouTubers if I didn't drink my tea during the episode. So I try to live by that, but sometimes a man's got to do what a man's got to do. Drink out of the Gary Barlow mug. I mean, it's got Howard Donald and Mark Owen as well. If you're interested, available at All Good Take That concerts. And because they're all good, any Take That concert. Anyway, here's Virtue now on the ball. After that nonsense, here's Jutkiewicz. Jutkiewicz on the ball. Cooper. Come on, Cooper. Into the middle. Here's Virtue. Cash. What is going on here, mate? Cooper, can he get it in? He can, and Glatzel puts it in the back of the net, and it's 1-0. I thought he'd missed it, and this is where I lose every one of my subscribers. Here's Glatzel into the... Yes! Back of the net. That is what we are talking about. What a brilliant start for us in this game. We're 2-0 up within a quarter of an hour. Into the middle, here's Virtue, now Bono. And it's Glatzel who puts it into the back of the net. We were just about to take him off, but he's put one in the back of the net. It's 1-0. But it wasn't all plain sailing. I mean, he's banned now. He's going to get fined 2 weeks' wages because he's an absolute tool. And right, you're going to see what happens. There we go. I'm extremely disappointed. Get lost. You know what? Get out of my club. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. And if you're watching this in the future, or Boxing Day, or whenever, I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas, or did have a wonderful Christmas. It's 4 o'clock. It's an hour after the Queen's speech. Hopefully you've had your Christmas dinner and you've opened all your presents and you're having a great time with your family. So make sure you go and enjoy that before you watch this. Come and watch this while you're getting ready to go to bed. So after a wonderful start to the championship season with Fleetwood, we did a lovely Christmas special on Christmas Day, and Joe saying some lovely words there, and it was just a sign of very, very happy times at Fleetwood. Well, I tell you what, we've won a lot of matches in a row, and we're looking more like promotion contenders than relegation dogfighters. We're certainly looking on course for Fleetwood's best ever finish in the league, which is fantastic. Obviously, the record is 22nd in the championship, which surely we're going to beat. Well, guys, we're unbeaten in 8, and winning 7 of those. We're flying high in the league, and we've had a job interview with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 new sides that 2 of them have offered us a job, Blackburn and Middlesbrough. We looked at it, they were going to give us a slight wage rise. A tycoon is in charge of Blackburn, but we've rejected it. We're happy at Fleetwood. Well, you say that, Joe, you're happy at Fleetwood and all that, but soon as the Premier League came calling, you were going, weren't you? Well, guys, it was always coming. We've hit a little bit of a sticky patch in terms of form, but we have had a couple of job offers. One of them is going to come from Ipswich Town in the Premier League, and we're also expecting an interview from Stoke City. We've been touted in the media as being one of the favourites for that job. Maybe a bit of foreshadowing there. Stoke City, favourite for the job? Oh, here we go then. Here we go. They have approached us. 16 grand a week. We're currently on 11. Oh. Find out what Joe did after the break. No. I'm only joking. We all know what happened next. Oh, how I wish it went differently. So after 5.5 seasons of the Journeyman, we've somehow managed to find ourselves in the Premier League. How on earth has that happened? I have no idea, but it's because of Fleetwood. We owe a great deal of debt to them for giving us the opportunity to rebuild our career last season, and we managed to win League One, get into the Championship. We've left them in a playoff zone, and now we have to try and do the same with Ipswich, rock bottom of the Premier League. Oh dear, what have I got myself into? Well, guys, we could be relegated in this episode. It comes down to 2 home games, 4 games to go in the season overall, but these could be the most important towards any chance of survival. Oh, for goodness sake. You know what? I'm gonna stop with all of the talk about hope and still having a chance, because quite frankly we don't. Any little chance we had when we lost to Brighton, and now we're going to lose to Burnley, and we're going to be relegated. We're going to have our second relegation. I think we can have the knowledge that if we did perhaps have a full season at Ipswich this year, that we might have just kept them up. You know, it's frustrating that we came in 7 points from 20 games. That's not good enough. In the next sort of 15, we've managed to get 17. So, you know, who knows what could happen. But we're 3-0 down now. I think this formation was a little bit of a mistake, admittedly. You know, but defensively, we've just been abysmal. It's just really sad how this has gone. Oh dear. Shuley here. Sims. Dalton. 5-0. Oh. Yeah. Going down to the championship, you never know. It could help us. But there we go. We have been relegated. The pivotal match was apparently a 6-0 defeat to Arsenal. I wasn't here for that, so that's fine. So another relegation on the CV. And I tell you what, we did really wish that we'd never made the decision we made. We should have stayed at Fleetwood, got them to the Premier League, and then maybe got a better job. Hell, we may have even had a better job right now if we'd made that decision. But going down to the Championship was so much tougher than I ever anticipated. Well, we're through in the Carabao Cup just, and we're setting ourselves up for a crucial match today. It's against the old club, it's against Fleetwood Town. Oh, I'm nervous for this one. We've got to beat them, otherwise it really looks like we made the wrong decision last year. Not even Paul Glatzel can spark this game into life. But 2 goals in the game against Cheltenham, and obviously he scored on the opening day of the season, so that's 3 in 2 so far for Paul Glatzel, and hopefully he can add to his collection today. Here's Shepherd. Shepherd into the middle. Kenny gets it away. Here's Rodriguez. Assombalonga. It's in. And Britt Assombalonga. Oh, it's offside. Woo-hoo-hoo. But what a mediocre game this has been so far. Apologies about that, guys. I thought there would be fireworks in this game. Rodriguez has made it 1-0. And we're going to lose both of our matches. We haven't even looked like scoring today. I don't recall having a highlight for us. Well, after a humiliating defeat against our old team, Fleetwood, and just a terrible first half to the season at Ipswich, we were casting our eyes far and wide. Even China was involved at some point. But we managed to get one job, but not before. The end was nigh at Ipswich. Well, guys, I barely feel like I can do one of these without updating you on about 19 different things. We had a job offer from Bologna, but they only offered us $3,500 a week. I'm not moving all the way to Italy just to have $3,500 a week. We have been given an interview by West Brom as well. Well, guys, we made it through in the FA Cup, but there is something more important I want to tell you about, and it's this. Stoke have requested our backroom changes before accepting the job. I think it said somewhere. Where did it said? Maybe not then. Oh, upon your acceptance of the job. So I think Stoke are going to offer us the job. But first we have to play this game against Exeter, and we could be sacked here. And if we could get to be Stoke manager, it would be really, really fantastic for us. Glatzel into the middle. It's Abel Hernandez who puts it into the back of the net after half an hour. And belief that we can go on, and you know, these players know I'm done for if we get beaten. Samuel's just scored right hand side of defence, which could work. Ferguson now to Samuel. Oh, what a wicked deflection. And I don't see how me getting sacked would change their opinion. It would just save them a bit of combo. Oh, it's Rondon, it's in. Oh, I thought that was just going to trickle along the line, but it is in. Salomon Rondon has scored. Why is he pressing that high up the pitch? Oh, Agipong. Oh, it's a good block. It's Griggs. Surely it's going to score this time, and he does. And it's 3-2 Exeter. Here we go then. Shall we get ready? Oh, this is horrible. It doesn't usually take this long to do the final bit of the save. There you go. There you have it. Ipswich Town sack Joe Hannard. Hello, Stoke. You could have given us the job. Oh dear. Oh, this is horrible. Like, my heart is actually pounding here. Be quite interested in the Aberdeen job. Hey! £26,000 a week as well. Oh dear. Oh, Motherwell were about to approach us. Bless them. Bless them. So after getting sacked at Ipswich, we've managed to blag our way back into the Premier League. How on earth have we managed to do that? There's a weird symmetry, and at exactly the same time, it happened to Paul Lambert as well. I don't know, do me and Paul Lambert look like each other? You guys will have to let us know down in the comments. The correct answer is no, by the way. Well guys, if you don't know how I've Paul Lamberted me way back into the Premier League, then make sure you go and check out last episode now. That's enough spoiler warning for you. Yeah, it's amazing really how Paul Lambert has got back into the Premier League after leaving Stoke, Wolves at the end of last season, joining Stoke, and that's exactly what we've done. We've been sacked by Ipswich, and the next day got approached for the Stoke City job in the Premier League. Somehow we've walked into a million times better a job. Well guys, we've managed to get ourselves into a little bit of a relegation scrap. Unbelievable events meant that we had 4 games to play when everybody else had 1. So we've played the Sunday, the Wednesday, and now we're going to play the Friday and Sunday, the last 2 games of the season, and we need to win at least 1 if we want to stay up. Nissen now. Nissen forward to Berahino. Neres. Here's Juampi. Juampi to Neres. Oh, I thought it was a penalty there for a second. It wasn't. Schneidlin to Akolo to Juampi, and it's 1-0. It's 1-0. It's 2 goals in an episode for Juampi. And where's that come from? In debt. So we need the television money here. Juampi to make it 2-0. And he does. Yes, it's 2-0. Neres with a fantastic assist there. And we're now 2-0 up. We are going to move to counter. So we managed to keep Stoke up and move on into the next season, and it meant the return of a guy that played for me for the last 4 seasons in-game, Mr. Paul Glatzel, everybody. Well guys, I am back, and as you can see, we have something new. It's a green screen. I'm not in some sort of press conference, although maybe you'll see stuff like that in the future, but it's all thanks to you guys that is possible, to the Patreons, to the people who've donated. A big thank you to all of you. And speaking of Patreons, a massive thank you to Morton, who has become our latest Patreon with a crazy amount as well. So we've now got 4 patrons. I think we're earning over $20 a month as well, which is fantastic. And if you guys would like to get involved as well, that's down below in the description. So a new green screen thanks to all of our patrons, and a big thank you to all 5 of you. I really appreciate it. Anybody that donates to the channel, I really appreciate, and I think it looks pretty good at this point. But maybe it brought us a little bit of luck, who knows, but certainly this next game was the craziest I've ever played in Football Manager. In that first game, and that point made all the difference at the end of the season, so, you know, games against Man City are important. They most definitely are. Here's Glatzel on the ball. Glatzel keeps going. Here's Horter. Horter into the middle. It's Neres. It's 1-0 after 7 minutes. 2-0 would be amazing. Barkley. Here's Horter. This could be a chance. Here's timing. That's Horter. Horter into the middle. It's Neres. It's 2-0. Right to Jones. Here's Neres. Through to Glatzel. What a chance. Horter. It's in. It's 3-0. Before half time. But here's Neres, here's Horter. Surely it can't be 4-0. Surely not. Forward to Jones. It's been a bit quiet today. Jones to Neres. It's a penalty. David Neres with a chance to make it 5-0 and get his hat-trick. Scores. Just pinch myself. Ow. I'm not dreaming. This is insane. Timon forward to Horta. What is going on here? Oh, I thought that might be a penalty to Bruyne. Oh, Horta's got it back. It's Ings. It's Glatzel. It's a hat-trick for Glatzel. It's number 7 for Stoke City. Here's a lager. They've scored 1. Edison. Mina. Neres. Rizvanovic. Now here's Horta. Horta to Glatzel. 4 for Glatzel. 8-1. Here's Timon. Horta. Timon. Here's Henderson. Henderson to Ings. It's 9-1. That is absolutely crazy. Let's just let this save so that this has definitely happened. What have we just witnessed, guys? What have we just witnessed? So 9-1 against Man City and 4 for Paul Glatzel. Absolutely crazy stuff happening in Football Manager and one of my most enjoyable seasons of all time. Well, Paul Glatzel is within 2 goals of equalling the Premier League record for top goal scorer in a season. Can he do it today? Let's find out. Or can he boot it? No, he can't. Neres again, though. Here's Glatzel. What a chance for Paul Glatzel! His 33rd Premier League goal of the season. That is absolutely fantastic from him. Ings forward to Glatzel for the equaling the record, and he's done it. Paul Glatzel, you are a hero. He has scored 34 Premier League goals this season. Danny Ings with the assist. And what a way to bring it up with a lovely placed effort into the bottom corner. It would be amazing if you guys could see it on camera. Here's Timon now to Rizvanovic. That's forward and Neres to Glatzel. He's done it. He has done it. Oh. Oh, Paul Glatzel is the new record holder. Whatever happens this season, he is going to go down in history as the man that has broken Andy Cole's record of 34 goals in a season. Here's Rizvanovic to Ings to Glatzel, and he's pulling away. That's another 4-goal spell from Glatzel. This is crazy. So that has been the first 100 episodes of this year's Journeyman. I can't thank you guys enough for everything you've done, for all the likes, the comments, the shares, the views, the subscribes. It has been absolutely incredible. I thought it was a good way to end that sort of best bits with the record there by Paul Glatzel, who has been the man of the series, it has to be said. And what a series this has been. My best on YouTube, the first ever series to get to 100 episodes, and thank you so much if you are here for sitting through 43 minutes of pure gold in my opinion, but you know, there's been some crazy moments and I can't thank you guys enough, and hopefully we'll get to episode 200 and some of you guys will still be here. I just can't thank you enough, and it's been my best ever FM save. And I've enjoyed it so much, and there's so much more to come. 9 seasons in, and we're going to keep going and try and conquer the world with our manager. Thank you so much for watching, and if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe for daily FM18 content. Thank you so much for 100 episodes. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.